Barry Hobbs, along with pro wrestling personality and expert Steve Rickard. And there it is. It's all official. Harley Race defeated world heavyweight champion Ric Flair 2 months ago in 35 minutes with a pinfall. Hi, on this program of World Pro Wrestling from the Pacific, we take a look at the new champion Harley Race in action. It's a record for the World Heavyweight Championship. Harley Race has again gained the title, this time for an unprecedented 7th time. Well, we'll be looking at some recent action from Harley Race a little later on in this program. But let's open up the show with some tag action for you. And we have Johnny Garcia and Samoan Joe up against Peter Lauder and Jacques Laki.
Samoan Joe, center ring. Jacques Laki.
Well, for those of you with the colour, they're pretty colourful stuff. They've both got those purple trunks on. Jacques Laki really colourful with the green lines on as well.
Nice moving by Samoan Joe.
Samoan Joe has completely baffled people, swinging his arms around like that to start with. Really gets off to a fiery start. And he continues it.
Samoan Joe takes the arm bar, applies to Lauder. Lauder rolls over and takes Samoan Joe with him. Samoan Joe has a tag. When Garcia comes in. Nice leg dropped by John Garcia. Another one. Tags Samoan Joe. Samoan Joe now with a Japanese arm twist applied. Peter Lauder counters. Samoan Joe switches right back, takes the Japanese arm switch and converts to a hammerlock. John Garcia comes in. Takes the arm, with hammerlock applied. Johnny Garcia, his brother Tony, also a top wrestler who wrestles mainly in the New York area of the United States.
Oh, everyone.
Laki takes Johnny Garcia up. High body slam.
Nice work by Jacques Laki. He's had a few beatings here in World Pro Wrestling recently. He's going well tonight, though, against Johnny Garcia. There's a knee into the back. He just dropped that.
Yes, we actually see Laki. He, in himself, was a very good wrestler. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's had a great grounding in wrestling. And unfortunately, of course, not as heavy as a lot of the wrestlers, Barry, and comes up against some tough opposition. Good order, throws the forearm. That's on Garcia.
Samoan Joe yelling up. Makes the tag. He thinks that Johnny Garcia's had enough. Peter Lauder's really working on Garcia, working on that face.
With a headlock, side headlock applied. Laki comes in, throws the heavy foot this time. The referee telling Laki to break. Johnny Garcia comes out the corner and he throws a beauty at Laki.
Oh, they are heavy to the fight. The crowd loves that.
Headbutt by Samoan Joe. There's a heavy one.
I thought he was going to come out to us for a minute.
It's very interesting to see a lot of these wrestlers there, of course, will actually participate in the New Zealand Championship Tournament, which starts on the 8th of September, the YMCA, and I'm sure we're going to see Samoan Joe and John Garcia and probably Laki as well in there competing for the New Zealand Championship belt.
Right, the YMCA in Auckland on, September the 8th.
Flying mare.
Well, Chuck Laki's going well now. Gets well, and he's lifting Samoan Joe, and he's heavy.
Backbreaker, and he tags Peter Lauder. This is where my opinion anyway, where Laki should have stayed in the ring. He actually had Samoan Joe on the receiving end of things, using the backbreaker, chose to tag his partner in.
Well, Joe holding out his hand for his partner, but it's a bit of a hopeless task over in the opponent's corner.
Lace lock applied by Peter Lauder. Lauder very wisely tags Laki. Samoan Joe trying to fight his way back, and Lauder says no. Laki can come back in the ring.
That's a good tagging by those two. Samoan Joe straight for his leg to make the tag.
There's a beauty drop kick there. And another one. Jack Laki on the rope. And Peter Lauder dragged into the ring by Johnny Garcia. Johnny Garcia throws him into the rope. Goes for a backdrop. Lauder kicks Garcia on the chest. Lauder going for a backdrop.
Nice work.
Garcia leapfrogs him and comes back off the other rope over a beautiful sunset cradle and a fall to Johnny Garcia and Samoan Joe. Referee's decision, Johnny Garcia and Samoan Joe, the winners of this match. An interesting move as Johnny Garcia goes across Peter Lauder, leapfrog, hits the rope, comes back over. Lauder goes for another backdrop. Garcia takes him over in a sunset cradle for the referee's count of 3, and the match went to Johnny Garcia and Samoan Joe.
Always good to see some tag action, and a good win to Johnny Garcia and Samoan Joe there. Steve, just before we go to our next lot of action, right after the commercial break, a man we saw recently here in an excerpt from a bout, and also a man who was out here about 78, 79 in New Zealand. I know you've been trying to get him out here again. That's Leo Burke.
Oh, yeah, Leo Burke, of course, was one of the most popular and would have to go down as one of the most scientific and best wrestlers we've seen in this country for many a year. He was, as you say, Barry, here in 1978, came back in 1979, was injured in a match in the South Island, and unfortunately had to return to Canada. And but since then, he recovered from his injury, and he's back right at the top, and with any luck, and we certainly hope so, we'll have him back here in New Zealand towards the end of this year or early next year.
We look forward to that. So let's take a look at some action now, featuring Leo Burke, and here he is up against Brute Miller.
Right, well, that was close, Steve. I thought, oh, well, here we go again.
Cradle by Leo Burke. Miller in trouble, nearly 2 straight falls here in this match. Very lucky on both occasions to come out without a fall against him.
Well, it's Miller that really is on the receiving end, because Leo had the chance to recover after that beautiful drop kick he gave and stunned Miller. And those few seconds were just what Leo Burke needed. And from that time to now, he has wrestled beautifully. Miller right on the receiving end. Well, twice in a row, he's nearly had the count of 3. Thought he might have had it there too. That's 3 chances Burke's had.
We've certainly seen plenty of action in this match. There's the double stretch. We're all over here, but no. Williams comes in the ring and Burke stops. Williams taking over on Burke. Miller gets up, comes in behind Burke, takes him by the legs, and William up outside the ring, holding on to him. That's going wild. And Billy Yoder comes in. And Tim Harpy, James J. Bill up on the apron of the ring.
Well, back to the live action now. We welcome to World Pro Wrestling for the first time a former Mr. New Zealand. It's the strongman Al Hobrnan against the Samoan Tama. Al Hobrnan, Tama. Body slam by Al Hobrnan. Well, our first time at World Pro Wrestling, so we can look at Al Hobrnan. Got himself a bit locked in here with Tama.
Sasa with a head scissors applied.
Sort of driving Tama along the seat of his pants. How long ago was Al Hobrnan in the Mr. New Zealand contest? Steve?
Well, I can't say just exactly when the contest took place, but Alan was, as you say, Barry, he won the Mr. New Zealand contest some years ago, and you see by his physique now, of course, I mean, the man is in great physical condition.
Yes. Well, he's having a real go here in between the sort of legs of Tama. Interesting sort of a position. Wow.
Sasa still with the head scissors applied.
He's really got some grip on those two.
Now Hobrnan trying to come over the top of Sasa to release the pressure, and he's broken the head scissors, and now forcing the legs of Tama down. Holding his shoulders on the mat. Count. Yes, the referee count one. Count two.
Nice work by Al Hobrnan. Isn't he doing much wrestling these days?
This is the first time, of course, we've seen Alan on the program this year, Barry. Alan's a man of many hobbies and sports, of course, and wrestling is one of them. He's still a very keen bodybuilder. He does wrestle quite frequently, also overseas, but as I say, the first time this year we've seen Alan on the program.
Right, good to see your faces on, and one's doing so well like Al Hobrnan is doing right now.
Sasa trying to break the toe hold by reaching across the jaw of Al Hobrnan and applying a face lock. Al Hobrnan in behind again, the toe hold applied.
Well, he's got him around the neck. Well, he's endeavouring to get him around the neck anyway. How is he supposed to get out something like that, Steve?
Well, you can see here now, he goes through trying to counter with a leg split. Where you push the feet on the part that he has, and Tama now comes out with a leg split. He works a standing leg split and drops down across the legs of Al Hobrnan to apply more pressure.
Particularly nasty things, those leg splits. We can see the colour of Al Hobrnan's face now as he's trying to break from Tama. There goes Tama with the scissors again.
Sasa goes over the cradle for a count of two. Hobrnan back on his shoulders. Incidentally, the very Al's daughter, Linda, also a wrestler, one of the first women wrestlers in New Zealand, I would say.
That's interesting. The referee's having a fair old go counting him, but not quite getting the three. It's now he's round.
Hobrnan now with the leg strangled, applied, and coming back across the body of Sasa.
That's the first time for a while we've seen these sort of holds employed in World Pro Wrestling.
Yes, and some very good ones at that, actually. You can see the counter and the sign of the counter wrestling, with Hobrnan coming out, applying the counters, and coming out with the different holds with his counters.
Come on! So he's trying to break the body scissors.
Forcing himself up, trying to pin the shoulders of Laki to the canvas while the body scissors are applied, of Sasa rather, sorry.
Well, the referee's certainly having a time. And that mat, they're only getting the ones and the twos, though, I'm afraid. Haven't got that three yet. As these two play it pretty tight.
Sasa to Hobrnan to his feet. Takes him down, forward headlock.
Well, the referee just about ended up with his arm broken then.
Body slam by Sasa. Sasa goes for the drop of the elbow. Hobrnan moves out of the way. Flying there by Hobrnan. Hobrnan hits the rope. Dives and Sasa moves away. Sasa comes up, takes the leg of Hobrnan to take it to canvas.
Pretty close to those ropes, though.
with a very rough slide.
Hobrnan not worrying about those ropes. Interesting encounter between these two, Tama, Sasa and Hobrnan.
Double bar tail hold applied by Tama Sasa.
And must rip into those calf muscles.
Hobrnan in trouble. Not in a very good position for a counter move here with Sasa trying to keep him on his stomach.
He's trying to get his neck somehow, but as you say, it doesn't look as though he's got much shot of getting out of this one.
Well, Sasa's pretty well covered here. Hobrnan, the easiest way to break this move, of course, being close to the ropes would be to pull himself towards the ropes. But Hobrnan looks like he's choosing to try and counter him. Comes across onto his shoulders, but Sasa sits right back in, still claiming the leg of Hobrnan.
Sheer strength being employed now.
Both wrists to the feet. And a stomach throw by Hobrnan.
Once again, referee only getting to one.
And the end of the match, and the referee gives a decision, and the match a draw.
And now to Harley Race. Well, as we said at the beginning of the program, an unprecedented 7th time he has gained the World Heavyweight Championship. Steve, that's a great feat.
Well, it is a great feat, Barry, and it has to go down in the record as being the greatest, because, as you say, it is the 7th time, and Luthez was the only other man to ever hold the title 6 times. Harley Race has proven himself a great champion. We in New Zealand have been fortunate enough to see him here several times in several hard matches. I myself, matter of fact, met him in several of those very hard matches. And I have every respect for Harley Race. And unfortunately for us, we won't see him in New Zealand this year. But if he still holds the belt in March of next year, then we have a booking for the world champion around that time.
We're going to see him, Steve, up against Reggie Parks here in a match that we have. I believe you've seen that one, and it was a good one, too.
It's a terrific match, and Reggie Parks is one of the top wrestlers in the United States, and I'm sure, like the fans, will enjoy this match between the world champion Harley Race and Reggie Parks.
Well, here he is, World Heavyweight Champion Harley Race versus Reggie Parks.
Harley Race, and there you can see the $10,000 gold and diamond studded belt. Solid gold with diamond studs in it. This, of course, represents the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and that's the oldest and the largest sanctioning body of professional wrestling the world over. And it covers most of the United States, Canada, Mexico, Hawaii, Australia, Japan, Singapore, and it goes on and on and on. Race with a side headlock on Reggie Parks. Now, Race going after Parks is not going after the stranger to the ring wars. Race, caught on a backdrop. Parks. Race powers out, but he's suffering from that backdrop. Reggie Parks, front face lock now on Harley Race, the World Heavyweight Champion. One has to admire the champion for coming on television. He has everything to lose. Reggie Parks obviously has everything to gain. He can defeat the champion or hold him to a draw. It would catapult him into a #1 contention for that world title. On the break, it was Race catching him in the pit of the stomach. Reggie Parks. Back in the turnbuckle now. Race in the blue trunk. Parks in the black trunk. Reversal by Parks as Race caught in another backdrop after being whipped into the far turnbuckle. Race again powers him off. Race caught him, a headbutt to the midsection. Again, a snap mare that takes Harley Race to the canvas. Reggie Parks, rather, I'm sorry. Harley Race drives the knee in. those turnbuckles. Race dominating the situation right now. Tried to bring Parks up, but Parks tripped him up to an inside cradle. And Race has to be frustrated over this now. And Race. Don't be fooled by Harley Race. This man is extremely clever in the ring, a master at human chess. Parks again with a side headlock on the world heavyweight champion. Race won the title first in 1973, lost it the same year, then regained it February of 1977 when he defeated Terry Funk in Toronto, Canada. He has held on to the title ever since. Began wrestling at the age of 17. After his first year of active competition, he was injured. Modified pile driver. Modified pile driver. No, sir. Parks powers out. Race was severely injured in an automobile accident. The doctors told him at that time he probably would never walk again, but that he was done as an athlete. And today you see him, the pinnacle of success, the world heavyweight wrestling champion. Race travels in excess of 250,000 miles a year defending his title throughout the United States, Australia, Canada, Japan, Mexico. You name it, he's been there. Race catching Parks, and it's Parks reversing the situation. Race went for a salto, and Parks reversed it on him. And we could very easily have an upset in the making here. Reggie Parks comes off the rope, catches Race, a beautiful flying drop kick, and Reggie Parks is closing in on the champion. Race powers out again, but Reggie Parks, now with renewed vigor, moves against him again. Race caught in a backdrop. Parks been using that very effectively. Parks went up for a flying drop kick. Race stepped back. Out of the way. Parks came down. Had to jar that spinal column. Race catches him a full body slam. Race moving up on that second rope. Parks stunned. Race dives headlong. Catches him. And it is all over. It is all over for Reggie Parks.
A great champion, a deserving champion, Harley Race, and hopefully we'll see him again in New Zealand in the not-too-distant future. So join Steve and me for more World Pro Wrestling next week.